Hey there YouTube, I'm Ikitsu, this is the Ikitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to a Darktide video. This is just a quick addendum to my previous video about weapons and their stats, because I've been getting a few questions about this and I've been seeing really bad misinformation about this one floating around online. This one's going to be about stopping power. So, a lot of people are saying that stopping power, in spite of what it says in here, is basically just stagger. It does include stagger, but I've never noticed a real difference between it because it's very hard to test stagger with weapons. The reason is that a weapon typically has to hit a certain threshold to stagger an enemy, and if it falls below that, it really doesn't make any difference whether it increased or not. So you have to have one that just barely gets over a certain point, and it's very, very difficult to notice that when you're playing the game. So I don't think about that at all when I'm getting a stopping power weapon. But as you can see, it says here that it does the various different damages versus different types of armor at various different percentages. So against a flak armor target at near range, we could be seeing 53.40% of the damage going through. That means it's blocking almost half the damage at the lowest stopping power for a shotgun, all the way up to 99.30, which means almost full damage versus an armored target, wearing flak armor at close range. So there is clearly supposed to be something going on with the armor and stopping power. If we look here, we can see that the damage that we're supposed to be doing to body at very close range is supposed to be 303 damage with this gun against flak armor. We can take a look at a very similar shotgun here. This shotgun has higher damage, but 4% lower stopping power. So, as we can see here, that means that we're doing 88.28% of our damage to a flak armored unit that's nearby. And if we look at this breakdown, the higher damage weapon only does 301 damage at close range. So, you can, in testing, get confounded by the perks and blessings. In this particular case, we've got 20% damage versus unyielding enemies and 20% damage versus carapace armored enemies. We're only going to be firing at flak armor because of that. We've got scattershot. We're not going to be hitting multiple targets. We're going to have to make sure we hit just one target. And we got no respite, up to 17.5% damage on hit against staggered enemies. So we have to make sure that the enemy is not staggered when we're firing at them. This one, plus 8% range damage against elites. So we have to be firing at a normal enemy that's not an elite. We've got plus 15% sprint efficiency. Doesn't matter. Death Spitter, plus 6% power on a close range kill. So we can't do chain shots here. And then scattershot as well. So we don't have to worry about that. So this one, on paper, should have the higher damage. According to everybody, it's got like 4% less stopping power, but has 7% higher damage. So let's take this one out here and give it a bit of a spin here. Hello? Okay. Okay, well. Let's try that again. It said 302. I believe it, but we'll give us another shot here. Okay, that was a headshot. 302. And we'll just kill him to get him out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and switch shotguns to our other one. This has 7% less damage, but has 4% higher stopping power. Okay, that was a critical, doesn't count. That one's just an RNG critical, not a weak spot critical or anything. There we go. 304 damage from a gun that has 7% lower damage value, but has 4% higher stopping power. So very clearly, stopping power does make a difference in terms of how much damage you're doing. And the impact it has on how much damage you're doing to an armored opponent is actually really disproportionate to the amount of damage that you would expect to be doing based on those numbers. It's better to have 4% stopping power than it is to have 7% damage value. So pretty clearly, it does make some sort of difference. I would definitely say that you want stopping power as a statistic if you're interested in getting the maximum amount of damage. But there's a lot of the things out there that are wearing no armor whatsoever. Pretty easy to kill regardless. And this guy counts as flak armored. This guy counts as flak armored. A lot of things out there count as having flak armor. So you're going to have a much easier time killing things if you've got this. Look at these guys don't have flak armor, but like none of these guys wear armor at all. Easy to shoot. Actually, they survived that. That's interesting. But regardless, yeah, you do want to sort of keep an eye out for that sort of information there. I'm not entirely sure where the idea that stopping power is just stagger came from. I hear it a lot, and I hear it all over the place, but clearly there is something going on with the damage numbers from stopping power. So anyway, hope you found this little video useful, and as always, hope to see you guys all next time.